Shalom, shalom. Shalom, Israel. Yahbashim Yahshabrakatam. To all the brothers, Yahshamalatan Bashim Yahshai, to all the sisters. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA, established since 1969. I'm priest and officer of 1,000 I.S.U.P.K, holding it down with the Sabbath service in our headquarters in Durham, North Carolina. You know, it's very important that our brothers and sisters, come to the Sabbath services, because it will help you to, learn a little bit more about, your language. Today we're not gonna go really read the Salakia, the Hebrew. We're gonna read the English, but on a normal basis we go through the Hebrew and then we read it in English. You know what I'm saying? And that is how it is normally done. However, we're gonna do the prayers in Hebrew and in English. You know what I'm saying? So that also will help our brothers and sisters to grasp our culture, you know what I'm saying, grasp our language and become one with it. You understand? Right. With that, let me call up my brother. Present yourself, brother. Madam Shabbat. Come up this way. Then go around. Salakia, this way. Salakia, this way. Salakia. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to drink some wine. We're going to blow the shofar, all right? You're going to put your right hand out, right? Grab it with your right hand, put your left hand on your chest, and then turn. La Yasha'Allah.
La Yasha'Allah.
Drink it.
All of it?
All of it. 12. Back to me. Right, so, grab blow the shofar. Christ. Sound like an elephant. The water. Now put it up. Put it up. Water. Switch the batteries. Yours full, right? Wapan Yakwadam, which means turn and face the east. You can read the Hebrew, right? Okay, Most High in Christ. So this is the order. Turn and face the east. Hold the mic. This way. This way is the east. So the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, and then you pass it to me.
And you were in English.
Right. And then the next page, we just go like that. All right?
Come on.
Go ahead.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Matthew 6, verses 8 through 13. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Wadash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwathka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Natan Lanawa. Laka'am. Kal. Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak Lanawa.
Wasalak Nawa.
Ka'awabwath Nawa.
Kawawathya Nawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Ka'awawathyannawa.
Kabawathyannawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabayayanawa.
Tabayayanawa.
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashayanawa.
Hawashayanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahatapara.
Wahathaparath.
La'awalamyam.
Wa'aiwalamyam.
Aman.
Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it.
Hakak, meaning the power. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahawashi.
Yahawashi.
Babakusha.
Babakusha.
Natan Lanawa.
Natan Lanawa.
Hakak.
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 Lara Pa'a.
Lara Pa'a.
Kal.
Kal Makala.
Salakia. Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Go ahead.
Wakal. Marawa. Hakak.
Makal Marawa.
Wakal Marawa. Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Laha.
Ha.
Latahar.
Latahar. Ha.
Ha.
Matazarium.
Matazarium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwayam.
Lahakwam.
Hamathayam.
Hamathayam.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al Rawakawath.
Al Rawakawath.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahawashi.
Yahawashi.
The water.
Aman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahawashi. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leopard. The power to rise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you. So be it.
To bless Israel. Yahweh.
Bahasham. Yahawashi. Barak Lanawa.
Wayasha'ala.
Wahabayath Saparium. Barak. Rapah. Magan. Hagan.
Yasha'ala.
Bahasham
Yahawashi. The water, Aman.
Lord, in the name of I hate to use that word, man. Lord, in the name of Jesus. Like you. Bless us and Israel. And the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you. So be it.
The blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahawashi.
Wa Mayaka'ala.
Wa Alahayam.
Matazabaya.
Alawap.
Yahanna.
Ha Alawap Yam. Ha Saranyam.
Go ahead.
Ha Kwatazayanyam. Ha Ka'ayayam.
Say it one more time.
Ha Ka'ayayam. Waha Akwathian. Yahweh Bahashem. Yahawashi. The water. Aman.
Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahawashi. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General YAHANNA. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. The sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha. Ayanya. Al. Haharayam. Ma'ayan. Yaba'a. Azariah Ma'in. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Waharataza. Al Yathan. Lamawat. Ragalka. Al Yan Awam. Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Sharmar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazarka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyamka.
Yawa'am.
Yawa'am.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'a.
La'a.
Yaka'aka. Wayarak.
Bayarak.
Balaya'al.
Bayal.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makalrai.
Makalrai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Uth. Napashka.
Ath Napashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'athka.
Tasha'athka.
Waba. Wa'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Waba Wa'aka. Salakia. Waba Wa'aka. Ma'aita.
Mata.
Wide. Iwalamyam.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
Will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither sleep, slumber nor sleep.
The Most High
The Most High
is thy keeper.
is thy keeper.
The Most High
The Most High
is thy
is
shade
thy shield.
upon thy right hand.
Upon thy right hand,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
the sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by
nor
night.
the moon by night.
The Most High shall preserve
The Most High shall preserve
thee from all evil.
thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Most High shall preserve thy going out
The Most High shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming
and
in
thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and
and
even
even
forevermore.
forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Al Damaya Laka. Al Thakariash. Wa Al Thashakwat. Al Kayahana.
Kayanaha.
Awayabayaka.
Let me see if I get
Yahweh. Salake. Yahama. Yawan. Raish. Al Amaka. Yairai Amwa. Sawada. Wayatha'a Yaitaza Wa. Al Tazapa Wanyaka. Amarowa. Lakawa. Wanaka Yadam. Magawiya.
where you at?
Voila.
Good.
Sham Yasharala.
Sham Yashala.
Awada. Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawaitaza Wa. Laba. Yaka'awada. Al Yaka.
Alyaka.
Bariath.
Barayath.
Yakarawatha.
The Karawathwa.
Ahalya. Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa Yashamai. Allah Yam. Ma'awaba. Wahagarium. Gabal. Wa Imanwan.
Iwalam.
Iwalam.
Imawan.
Imawan. Salakia. It's not what Imawan. Wa I Malak. Malak. Palasha'ath. Yashabaya. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Gamashawar. Salakia. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zarawai. Labanya Lawat. Salah. Aishalaham. Kamadian. Kasaya. Sara'a. Kayabian. Banaka'al. Kwayash. Wan. Nashamadwa. Bayan Da'ara. Haya. Salakia. Hayawa. Daman. La'adamawa. Salakia. La'adama. Shaya Thamwa. Nada. Yabmawa. Kairab. Wakaza'aba. Wakazabak. Waka. Tazal. Manai. Kal. Nasaya. Kamwa. Ashar. Amara. Salakia. Amarwa. Nayar Arsha. Lanawa. Ath. Na'awath. Allah Ayam. Allah Ayah. Shaya Athamawa. Kagal, Kagalga, Kakwash, Lapanya Rahaka, Kaash, Thabira, Yaira.
Ira. Go ahead.
Salakia. Wa Kalaaba, Talaat, Hariam, Khan, Tharadapma, Basaraka, Tharadamapa, Salakia, Basairaka, Wabasa, Basairaka, Wabasa, Wapathaka, Wapathka, Thabaalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya Babakusha, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashawa, Wala Bahalwa, Idyaid, Bahalwa, Idyaid, Waya, Kaparwa, Salakia, Idyaid, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadawa, Waya, Daiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Alwanyan, Ayawan, Salakia, Al-Kalha, Arataza.
Keep not thy silence, O God, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
and be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate
had
thee
lifted up them heads.
have lifted up their heads.
Salakia. Have lifted up the head, their head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee,
the tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have opened the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah,
Selah.
do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Orab,
Make their nobles like Oreb,
and like Zeab.
and like Zeeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes
all their princes,
of Zebah,
as Zabah,
and as Zamunna,
and as Amunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses
the houses
of Yahweh in possession.
of Yahweh in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the
as
wind,
the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth for wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute
So
them.
persecute them.
So persecute
So
them.
persecute them
So persecute them
with thy
with
tempest,
thy tempest,
and make them afraid,
and make them afraid,
and make them afraid,
make them afraid,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled.
and troubled.
Let them be confounded
Let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let
shame
them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh,
alone is Yahweh,
at the Most High,
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sir?
Exodus 26 and 37. Tell me to keep it down.
When we start reading, they'll shut the fuck up. Exodus 26 and 37.
Count it one con.
All right, so we're taking it from there. All right.
They need to be here.
Yeah. No manners whatsoever. In the sweat. Still our brothers out there.
Right.
All right, so
6 and 37. So 27. One.
that's where they stopped.
He said they stopped at 26 and 37 was where they stopped.
Okay, so we started at one. This off?
I think it is. I'm sweating.
Yeah.
My ancestors.
Can't be Rosa Parks. Can't be. That's the other one there.
It's hot like Ebenezer at this church. It's a lot, yeah.
I ain't coming along before that right.
Mm-mm. Nice.
All right.
You don't mind if I take notes?
Of course. Of course I don't mind. No sweat. Go ahead and start it off at we're gonna take it from where we left off last week. Exodus 27 and verse 1. There you go, brother.
Count on one con. The book of Exodus, chapter 27, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad.
Mm-hmm.
The altar shall be 4 square, and the height thereof shall be 3 cubits. And thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. His horns shall be of the same. And thou shalt overlay it with brass.
So like, grab me that pen over there, Bishop. 2 water. Anyone, yeah. Go.
Verse 3, and thou shalt make his pans to receive his ashes, and his shovels, and his basins, and his flesh hooks, and his fire pans. All the vessels thereof thou shalt make of brass. And thou shalt make for it a grate of network of brass, and upon the net shalt thou make 4 brazen rings in the 4 corners thereof. And thou shalt put it under the compass of the altar beneath, that the net may be even to the midst of the altar. And thou shalt make staves for the altar, staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with brass. And the staves shall be put into the rings, and the staves shall be upon the 2 sides of the altar to bear it. Verse 8. Mm-hmm. Hollow with boards shalt thou make it, as it was shewed thee in the mount. So shall they make it. And thou shalt make the court of the tabernacle For the south side southward there shall be hangings for the court of fine twined linen of 100 cubits long for one side. And the 20 pillars thereof and their 20 sockets shall be of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. And likewise for the north side in length there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long, and his 20 pillars and their 20 sockets of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver, or fillets of silver.
Fillets of silver.
Verse 12. And for the breadth of the court on the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits, their pillars 10, and their sockets 10. And the breadth of the court on the east side eastward shall be 50 cubits. The hangings of one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And on the other side shall be hangings 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And for the gate of the court shall be an hanging of 20 cubits of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen, wrought with needlework, and their pillars shall be 4, and their sockets 4. All the pillars round about the court shall be filleted with silver. Their hooks shall be of silver, and their sockets of brass. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 everywhere, and the height 5 cubits of fine twined linen, and their sockets of brass. All the vessels of the tabernacle, and all the service thereof, and all the pins thereof, and all the pins of the court shall be of brass. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they bring thee pure oil, olive, beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn always. In the tabernacle of the congregation without the veil, which is before the testimony, Aaron and his sons shall order it from evening to morning before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever unto their generations on the behalf of their children of Israel. That's the end of chapter 27.
28.
The book of Exodus, chapter 28. And take thou unto thee Aaron, thy brother, and his sons with him, from among the children of Israel, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they may make Aaron's garments to consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a broidered coat, a mitre, and a girdle, And they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his sons, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And they shall take gold, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine linen, and they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, and of purple, of scarlet, and of fine twined linen with cunning work. It shall have 2 shoulder pieces thereof, joined at the 2 edges thereof, and so it shall be joined together. And the curious girdle of the ephod, which is upon it, shall be of the same, according to the work thereof, even of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones, and grave on them the names of the children of Israel, 6 of their names on one stone, and the other 6 names on the other stone, according to their birth. With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet, shalt thou engrave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel. Thou shalt make them to be set in ouches of gold. And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulders of the ephod for stones of memorial unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial. And thou shalt make ouches of gold, and 2 chains of pure gold at the ends of wreathen work shalt thou make them, and fasten the wreathen chains to the ouches. And thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work. After the work of the ephod thou shalt make it, of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine twined linen shalt thou make it. 4 square it shall be, being double. A span shall be the length thereof, and a span shall be the breadth thereof. And thou shalt set in it settings of stones, even 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This shall be the first row. And the second row shall be an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. Verse 19. And the third row, a ligure, an agate, and amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, and an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold in their enclosings. Verse 21. And the stones shall be with the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of a signet. Every one with his name shall they be according to the 12 tribes. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate chains at the ends of wreathen work of pure gold. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shalt put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. And thou shalt put the 2 wreathen chains of gold in the 2 rings which are on the ends of the breastplate. And the other 2 ends of the 2 wreathen chains thou shalt fasten in the 2 ouches, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it. Verse 26. And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put them upon the 2 ends of the breastplate and the border thereof, which is in the side of the ephod inward. And 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and shalt put them on the 2 sides of the ephod underneath, toward the forepart thereof, over against the other coupling thereof, above the curious girdle of the ephod. And they shall bind the breastplate by the rings thereof unto the rings of the ephod, with a lace of blue, that it may be above the curious girdle of the ephod, and that the breastplate be not loosed from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment upon his heart, when he goeth in unto the holy place for a memorial before the Lord continually. Verse 30. And thou shalt put in the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Thummim, Salakia. And they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before the Lord. And Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Lord continually. And thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all blue. And there shall be an hole in the top of it. In the midst thereof it shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it were the whole of an habergeon, that it be not rent. And beneath upon the hem of it thou shalt make pomegranates of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, round about the hem thereof, and bells of gold between them round about. A golden bell and a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe round about. And it shall be upon Aaron to minister, and his sound shall be heard when he goeth in unto the holy place before the Lord, and when he cometh out, that he die not. Verse 36. And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and grave upon it, like the engravings of a signet, holiness to the Lord. And thou shalt put it on a blue lace, that it may be upon the mitre, upon the forefront of the mitre it shall be. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things, which the children of Israel shall hallow in all their holy gifts. And it shall be always upon his forehead, that they may be accepted before the Lord. And thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the mitre of fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework. And for Aaron's sons thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make them for girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them and consecrate them and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness. From the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come in unto the tabernacle of the congregation, or when they come near unto the altar to minister in the holy place, that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever unto him and his seed after him. That's the end of chapter 28.
We're going to 29. You want me to get you some water?
The book of Exodus, chapter 29.
Verse 1. Call the verses out, okay?
Salaki.
Call out the verses, okay?
Okay.
To water.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 1. And this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them to hallow them, to minister unto me in the priest's office. Take one young bullock and 2 rams without blemish. Verse 2. And unleavened bread and cakes, unleavened tempered with oil, and wafers unleavened anointed with oil, of wheaten flour shalt thou make them. Verse 3. And thou shalt put them into one basket, and bring them in the basket with the bullock and the 2 rams. Verse 4. And Aaron and his sons thou shalt bring unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shalt wash them with water. Verse 5. And thou shalt take the garments, and put upon Aaron the coat, and the robe of the ephod, and the ephod, and the breastplate, and gird him with the curious girdle of the ephod. Verse 6. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre. Verse 7. Then shalt thou take the anointing oil, and pour it upon his head, and anoint him. Verse 8. And thou shalt bring his sons, and put coats upon them. Verse 9. And thou shalt gird them with girdles, Aaron and his sons, and put the bonnets on them, and the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual statute. And thou shalt consecrate Aaron and his sons. Verse 10. And thou shalt cause a bullock to be brought before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the bullock. Verse 11. And thou shalt kill the bullock before the Lord by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 12.
Before you go to verse 12, okay. What exactly is going on here, really? Do you know what's going on here?
They're in the tabernacle, and it's describing.
Use the mic.
Salakia. They're in the tabernacle, and it's describing how it should look, and how the garments that the priests wear, is being very descriptive about how they should look.
Right. Does it mention that they should be in all purple?
La I don't want.
Or all red?
La I don't want.
You know, scarlet is kind of red, right?
I don't want.
Right. So, the reason why I'm saying this is because fake Israelite groups will go out there and they'll read some stuff from the Bible, and they'll think that when they hear purple, they'll put purple on. You know what I'm saying? They'll put a lot of purple on. But as you said, brother, the Mosai is very meticulous about how he wants things done. You know what I'm saying? And he's giving instructions to Aaron and the priests to execute this in a particular fashion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fast forward to 2020, you have niggas hanging out on street corners, you know what I'm saying, who dropped out of high school. When I say high school, I'm talking about One West. You know what I mean? They dropped out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And doing their own thing and wearing a lot of purple, a lot of black, a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like college teenage girls, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the reason why I'm saying this is because we can see clearly that you know what I mean, that there's no specific color, you know what I mean? It mentions scarlet, crimson, gold, silver, just name it. Which verse you on? Verse 12, right?
Verse 12, sir.
Keep going, brother. To water.
The book of Exodus, I on the bar. The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 12. And thou shalt take of the blood of the bullock and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar. And thou shalt take all the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul that is above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar.
Meaning this, everything inside of the animal,
Right.
you take it out and then you do what? You burn it.
Burn it.
You know what I'm saying? The fat, you know what I mean? You know, when you cut the animals, there's a layer of fat. You take that out on the inside. How they call it? In humans, they call it the diaphragm. You know what I'm saying? It's thick. You know what I mean? Take all of that out, burn it. Keep going, brother.
Verse 14. But the flesh of the bullock.
But the what?
The flesh of the bullock, and his skin, and his dung, shalt thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering. Verse 15. Thou shalt also take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram. Verse 16. And thou shalt slay the ram, and thou shalt take his blood, and sprinkle it round about upon the altar.
Nice. No. You see that verse? Read from verse 15 again, Babu Kasha.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 15. Thou shalt also take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram.
Nice. What? No, you know what they're talking about, right? Let's make a little demonstration. So this is the ram. You put your hands upon the head of the ram. You hold it. Keep reading.
Verse 16. And thou shalt slay the ram.
Nice. You know what I'm saying? Whichever direction. You got the ram. You hold it. Slay the ram. Cut the neck off. You know, slice the neck.
Right.
Very simple. You know what I mean? The slaughter of the lamb. You know what I mean? If you all missed it this year, no sweat. Next year, Lord allow, I pray that, you know what I mean, everything would be tuab so we can have the Passover if Yahushua ain't come yet. You know what I mean? But the slaughter of the lamb is a glorious thing. You know what I mean? In the UPK, we go out and we, how to say it, reenact, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of the things in our tradition, in our heritage, you know what I mean, in our culture. And this is describing how we normally would, you know what I mean, slay our animals for offering purposes or just to eat them. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Sir.
Yeah, do your thing, bro. You wanna? There you go. Kaboom.
I'll do verse 16 again.
No sweat.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 16. And thou shalt slay the ram, and thou shalt take his blood, and sprinkle it round about upon the altar. And thou shalt cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inwards of him, and his legs, and put them unto his pieces and unto his head. And thou shalt burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Lord. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
No, this is saying that the lamb is a sweet savor. You know what I mean? Unto the Lord. No, what the worldly people think is a sweet savor. Don't hold back, brother. Say it.
Oh, chiefing, smoking weed.
No.
Salakia. Say don't hold back.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. You're right. But in context with animals and stuff and burning animals and stuff, barbecuing and stuff. Yeah. What?
Oh, as far as like pork, like a.
Speaking to the mic.
Oh, salakia, like barbecue, like a pork.
Right.
Like what is it that they do? They do like a pit roast. Where they cooking all manner of evil.
Right.
That swine.
Right. For Thanksgiving and all of that stuff.
Big old Boston butt is what they call it. a Boston butt from honey baked ham.
Wait, a Boston what? Butt?
A Boston butt.
B-U-T? T.
I believe so. Sir.
Well, I don't know nothing much about butts. So You know what I mean?
Christ.
So like,
Good night.
right. So I'm saying this just to show that, you know, in the society that we live in, because we are not connected with our heritage and our culture as we really know. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters in the world, they will go out there and they will what do you call it? Boston what?
A barbecue?
No, the Boston what?
Oh, the Boston butt.
All right, I just want you to say it. You know what I mean? So like the Boston butt, right? The pork and whatever other abomination they put on the grill and do all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. They think it's good because they follow in a culture or a lifestyle, you know what I mean, of the oppressor. This is how we're supposed to do stuff, you know what I'm saying? According to God, according to the Bible. The instructions that were given to us. You know what I mean? Keep going, brother.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 19. Mm-hmm. And thou shalt take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram. Verse 20. Then shalt thou kill the ram, and take of his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron. And upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. Verse 21, and thou shalt take of the blood that is upon the altar, and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon the garments of his sons with him, and he shall be hallowed. And his garments and his sons' garments with him. Verse 22. Mm-hmm. Also thou shalt take of the ram the fat and the rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right shoulder, for it is a ram of consecration. Verse 23. And 1 loaf of bread, and 1 cake of oiled bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of the unleavened bread that is before the Lord. Verse 24, and thou shalt put all in the hands of Aaron, and in the hands of his sons, and shalt wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. Verse 25, and thou shalt receive them of their hands, and burn them upon the altar for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor before the Lord. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26, and thou shalt take the breast of the ram of Aaron's consecration and wave it for a wave offering before the Lord, and it shall be thy part. Verse 27, and thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering and the shoulder of the heave offering, which is waved and which is heaved up of the ram of the consecration, even of that which is for Aaron, and of that which is for his sons. Verse 28, and it shall be Aaron's and his sons by a statute forever from the children of Israel, for it is an heave offering, and it shall be an heave offering from the children of Israel of the sacrifice of their peace offerings, even their heave offerings unto the Lord. Verse 29, and the holy garments of Aaron shall be his sons after him, to be anointed therein, and to be consecrated in them. Verse 30, and that son that is priest in his stead shall put them on 7 days, when he cometh into the tabernacle of the congregation to minister in the holy place. Verse 31, and thou shalt take the ram of the consecration and seethe his flesh in the holy place. Verse 32, and Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram, and the bread that is in the basket by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Nice, you know what that is, right?
Showbread.
The showbread. There you go, right.
Verse 33, and they shall eat those things wherewith the atonement was made, to consecrate and to sanctify them. It's all good. But a stranger shall not eat thereof, because they are holy. Verse 34, and if aught of the flesh of the consecrations or of the bread remain unto the morning, then thou shalt burn the remainder with fire. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy.
Right, you see that?
It's heavy.
Keep going, brother.
verse 35. And thus shalt thou do unto Aaron and to his sons according to all things which I have commanded thee. 7 days shalt thou consecrate them. Verse 36. And thou shalt offer every day a bullock for a sin offering for atonement. And thou shalt cleanse the altar when thou hast made an atonement for it, and thou shalt anoint it to sanctify it. 7 days shalt thou make an atonement for the altar and sanctify it, and it shall be an altar most holy. Whatsoever toucheth the altar shall be holy. Verse 38.
And Salaka, you know, like it's repeating holy, 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 holy. You know what I mean? We know in the UPK what holy is.
Right.
You know what I mean? It simply means that you're gonna be separated.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'll be separate. You will be not hashkala bashka and you know what I'm saying, all of that nonsense. You will be separate. You will be holy, separate. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to say it. Keep going, brother. Yeah.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 38. Now this is that which thou shalt offer upon the altar, 2 lambs of the first year, day by day, continually. Verse 39. The one lamb thou shalt offer in the morning, and the other lamb thou shalt offer at even. Verse 40. And with the one lamb, a 10th deal of flour, mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil, and the 4th part of an hin of wine for a drink offering. Verse 41. And the other lamb thou shalt offer at even, and shalt do thereto according to the meat offering of the morning, and according to the drink offering thereof, for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 42. This shall be a continual burnt offering throughout your generations.
When?
Throughout your generations.
Keep going.
At the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, where I will meet you to speak there unto thee. Verse 43. And there I will meet with the children of Israel, and the tabernacle shall be sanctified by my glory. Verse 44. And I will sanctify the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar. I will sanctify also both Aaron and his sons to minister to me in the priest's office. Verse 45. And I will dwell among the children of Israel and will be their power. Verse 46. And they shall know that I am the Lord, their power, that brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, that I may dwell among them. I am the Lord, their power.
Nice. Now you see that? If our people knew and recognized that the Most High have in the past ripped us out of every captivity that we've been in, right? You know, we wouldn't be voting for what's his name, Biden or Trump or whoever.
Right.
We won't. You know why? Because we know our power, who took us out of Egypt, the Assyrian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Even the Romans, you know what I'm saying? The Grecians and all of that. If we knew that, then guess what? We would separate. We would be holy, as the scripture says. You know what I'm saying? I know this. We're gonna stop here for now, but I wanted to bring something out real quick. Go to Nehemiah, chapter 1. Babakasha and chapter 1 and verse 1. Yeah, I wanted to bring out something. Let me see here. Yeah, all right. Here we go. And Commanding General YAHANNA, big up to Commanding General YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for Commanding General YAHANNA, this truth here, I'm telling you, the world would be a dark place for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? And why I say it would be a dark place, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. Why? Because brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA has woken up to the truth according to our history, our heritage, our culture. You know what I'm saying? Our constitution, which is the Bible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is how we are able now to go and do extensive research based on the history of the world, of the earth. You know what I mean? And connect it with biblical accounts and see, hey, look, Nick Cannon was wrong for apologizing because we are the real Jews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our women not supposed to have multiple partners. A man can have more than one woman. That's fine. You understand what I'm saying? Christ didn't die for everybody because everybody don't need saving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this to say, Commanding General YAHANNA held on to the truth. This is the reason why we saying what we say now, because we learn from the mouths of the prophets. In the Bible, after the Most High, Christ is Commanding General YAHANNA right now. And ain't nobody can dispute it. He is the only leader. He's the only person that can lead blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians in 2020 and going forward. Why am I saying this? Because every other leader have tried to join us and assimilate with the oppressor and these other nations who have tried to destroy us.
Right.
Or who have tried, yeah, well, they try. And they have destroyed us, you know what I'm saying? To a certain extent. But Barakata Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying? There'll come a time when we're going to be on top, you know what I'm saying? And the attitude that we need to have as brothers and sisters is exhibited clearly in Nehemiah.
Right.
Read that for me, Baba Kasha.
Nehemiah
1.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah. And it came to pass in the month Chislew, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan, the palace,
All right.
that Hanani, one of my brethren, came he and certain men of Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews.
Wait, concerning who?
The Jews
Uh-huh.
that had escaped, which were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem.
Now, keep going.
Verse 3. And they said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction.
In what?
Great affliction
Keep going.
and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also was broken down, and the gates thereof are burned with fire.
Uh-huh.
Verse 4. And it came to pass, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned certain days, and fasted, and prayed before the power of heaven. And said, Salakia, verse 5, and said, I beseech thee.
Wait, Salakia, brother, just read verse 4 again for me, Baba Kasha.
Khan one Khan.
To order.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 4. And it came to pass, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept.
And did what did Nehemiah do?
Sat down and wept.
And now you see, that's the thing. With these high-nosed, big-head Negroes, they see in the plight of our people. They see in the destruction. They see in Judah is mourning in America. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the blacks, the Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Americans on the reservations. They see in it, but they're so indoctrinated with their oppressor philosophies and doctrines. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they so love the sweat that dripping from the butt cheeks of the oppressor. You know what I mean? Like your brother. No, it is disgusting because Nehemiah heard of what was happening in Jerusalem. He heard of it. He didn't see it for himself. He heard of it. And what did he do? Read verse 4 again.
Salakia. And it came to pass, when I heard these words.
He heard these words. He didn't see it. He heard it. Keep going.
That I sat down.
He did what?
Sat down.
Keep going.
And wept.
And what?
Wept.
He cried, man. It hurt him to hear what was going on in Jerusalem with his people, the Jews. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right.
Right? Now you have these pastors, these so-called religious leaders, these so-called politicians in the black communities seeing the plight of our people, but still they're trying to hold on to that MLK movement type of vibe. We gotta join with them. We gotta let them bust your head wide open. At least you'll be alive. No. Separation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is why I say, with my chest out and my neck and my head up in the air, that Commanding General YAHANNA is the only leader authorized to lead black people in 2020 and moving forward. You understand what I'm saying? Because he has never changed. Since he's been taught the truth from the men who was above him at the time, and when he got when he was given the responsibility of being the leader of the nation of Israel, he never changed. He never said, you know what? Well, you know, we can, you know what I mean, join the white man for certain things, or we can join the Arabs for certain things. And Commanding General YAHANNA never did that. He's not a whore like your pastor.
Right.
He's not a whore like your politicians.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He held on to the truth. And this is why we're reading about Nehemiah, and Commanding General YAHANNA is an example. You know what I'm saying? If anything, he reflects exactly what Nehemiah is saying right now. He's weeping. You know what I mean? And we all weep. We all moan. We all wish that we were cursed from Christ for our kinsmen, our brethren, according to the flesh. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning this, we selfless. We're not selfish. You understand what I'm saying? We don't focus on what we have to eat tonight or tomorrow. To hell with it. As long as the nation is intact, that is our main concern. You see this brother right here? Myself and other brothers in the I.S.U.P.K, we took an oath. You know what I'm saying? To raise the dead. And an idiot in the conscious community might say, you can't raise the dead. I was raised from the dead by Captain Nayatak. You understand what I'm saying? You know what the dead means? I didn't know nothing about my true heritage, my culture, my history, my identity. I used to call myself West Indian. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a West Indian. I'm not a West savage. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Israelite. And when I woke up to the truth, unplugged from the matrix, guess what? I'm here now, waking other brothers up from the dead. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading, brother. Nehemiah is an example of what we're supposed to follow. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the nation of Israel, we're supposed to follow this brother here. And Commanding General YAHANNA in Atlanta had given us orders to do homework and read Nehemiah. I read it 4 times since then. Keep going, brother.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 4. And it came to pass when I heard these words that I sat down and wept and mourned certain days and fasted and prayed before the power of heaven.
And this is what our people are supposed to be doing right now. And this is what Commanding General YAHANNA is employing all of us to do. Fall on your face and pray to the God of heaven, the God of Israel. Not white Jesus, not Allah, not Buddha, not Krishna. You understand what I'm saying? Don't pray to these Greek fraternity gods because you went to college and you have white friends and Chinese friends. Fall on your face and pray to the true God of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what's going to happen? He's going to redeem us. He's going to save us from every atrocity, evil that is going on with us. What's the brother name who died in what's that place name? Recently they shot him 7 times in his back.
I forget his name.
But what is that place name?
Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Kenosha, Wisconsin. Tawada, brother. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that won't happen if we pray to our God. And stop with the Christmas and the Thanksgiving and the Valentine's Day and your birthday and Mother's Day and Father's Day. You understand what I'm saying? Stop being gay. Stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. and fall on your face and pray to the true God of heaven because of the afflictions of our people. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see a difference. Keep going, brother. Read verse 5.
And I said, I beseech thee, O Lord, the most high of heaven, the great and terrible power.
What? Wait, what?
O Lord, the most high of heaven. The great.
The what?
The great.
The what?
The great.
The what?
The great. And terrible power.
Nice. Any leader or any politician or any world power, so-called world power, is not greater than our power. You understand what I'm saying? That is the point. No matter how much military arsenal and power that America has and Japan has and China has and Russia has, you know what happened in Egypt? Egypt had a great military might. You know what I'm saying? They had a great military. What did the Lord do to them? He drowned them. He used the sea to kill all of them. I wouldn't say murder because it's a righteous killing. You know what I'm saying? Right. He killed every one of them. You know what I'm saying? Even during the Passover. After the Passover, all the firstborns died. Guess what? The secondborns and the thirdborns died too. Go ahead, brother.
I like to put a name to the injustice of our brothers that get brutalized in the earth, and his name is Jacob Blake.
Jacob Blake.
And it happened in Wisconsin.
Most High in Christ, two other brother. That's the brother I was talking about, Jacob Blake. He got shot 7 times in his back. You know what I'm saying? In Wisconsin. One of the most racist places on the planet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How can we survive this when our so-called leaders trying to mix in and love the same people who shot Jacob Blake? It's not gonna work ever. You don't see hyenas and lions cuddling, or gazelles and lions cuddling. You don't see that. You know what I'm saying? This is why all what we read earlier on is to make us separate, to make us apart, set apart from these other nations, man. And what happened with Nehemiah in that particular time, Nehemiah was crying out, he was mourning, he was, you know what I'm saying, fasting and doing all of that, and falling on his face and praying to the Lord that all the afflictions of his people can be done away with, man. And the only place, the sanctuary for black people, is the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA. We saying the same thing Nehemiah is saying. We're crying out for our people. We are the ones who saying that the Jews are black. We've been saying it since 1969.
Right.
Keep reading, brother.
Salakia, I don't want. What's so heavy about what you're saying right now?
Use the mic.
Salakia. It's crazy because, you know, we don't have any rest here in this place, in this nation.
Right.
All this brutality that's happening to our people is happening in the Midwest. You know, the South is known for that type of violence against so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're in the South, you're in the Northeast, or you're in the Midwest, or all the way out in the West Coast.
Right.
You're going to be brutalized here under this beast.
Right.
So your only safety is to turn away from the enemy and come and serve the Lord.
Right.
And we're the only people on the earth, on planet Earth, that are serving the Lord according to Scripture.
Damn right, brother. Damn right.
So Salakia.
2 water for that, brother. 2 water for that. Keep going. And what the brother said is heavy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to rant and rave for too long, but that is heavy. The only people who actually serving the Lord, the true God of heaven and earth, is in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA. You know what I mean? Straight up and down. Ain't no sideways about it.
Right.
Keep going, brother.
Verse 5, and I said, beseech thee, O Lord, the most high of heaven, the great and terrible power that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments.
And do what?
Observe his commandments.
What we just said. Who observing the commandments of God right now in 2020? Not Al Sharpton, not Jesse Jackson, not Creflo Dollar, theft your dollar, Salakia, I have to correct myself. Not TD Snakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not Juanita Bynum.
Mm.
Not Joshua Holmes. And surely not Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's the priests and prophets, the brothers and sisters in the nation of Israel in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA.
Right.
Only. Keep going, brother. And you might wonder, like, why are we so happy? Why are we so happy and joyful and pandemic and things haywire and shit fucked up everywhere, Salakia. But these UPK people, they're just happy and always having cookouts and always doing things and blah, blah, blah. You know why? Read that again, Baba Kusha.
Khan. The book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 5. Mm-hmm. And said, I beseech thee, O Lord, the most high of heaven, the great and terrible power that keepeth covenant and mercy for them.
And what?
That keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him.
That do what?
Love him and observe his commandments.
That's why we're happy. That's why we're happy. That's why we're happy. Because we're keeping the commandments of God and we love our power.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And we serve in our power under Commanding General YAHANNA, the true leader of the nation of Israel. I'm not gonna go too far with this. Let's stop right there. I wanted to go to the whole Nehemiah chapter, but I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? We're on a limited, you know what I mean? All right, so with that, I'm gonna say Imadium, Punyakodam. Oh, Salakia, we gotta do a couple of things before. Salakia. I hope I don't get too drunk, bro. Your left on your chest and your right in your hand. Turn it face forward. Say it loud. Like
La Yashala.
Say it loud.
La Yashala.
La Yashala. Drink that up. All of it. Christ. Grab the shofar. Do the shofar. Christ. Put the shofar on the front. This. Put this on your right shoulder. Boom. So this is what you do. Yah Washim Yah Shabraka Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yah Shari Rakayah.
Oh, you know what? We might have to put it down because it's only two of us. If we had a third brother, we would put it on his shoulder and he would be in the middle. You know what I'm saying? He would be in the middle. And what would happen is we would just keep it that way. All right. So what's going to happen is we're going to cheat. So grab your mic, open your kodam, face the east. Go and read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. But you got them.
Come on, I got it.
You got all of them. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Haya.
Haya.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwethka.
Malakwethka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Radazarka.
Radazayaka.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Arataza.
Baraktaza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Solaki.
Yeah.
Let me stop it. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Haya.
Haya.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwethka.
Malakwethka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Radazarka.
Radazayaka.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Barataza.
Barataza.
Haya. Solaki. Latan Lanawa.
Latunlanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakanawa.
Wasalakanawa.
Kabawathinawa.
Kawabwathanawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawathinawa.
Kabawathinawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabayaynawa.
Tabayayanawa.
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashaynawa.
Abashayanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Malakwa.
Wa'ala.
Wa'ala.
Wathaparath.
Wahataparath.
Wa'iwalamyam.
Wa'iwalamyam.
Aman.
Aman. In the English? Our Father, which art in heaven,
Which art in heaven.
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done.
in earth
In earth.
as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts.
as we forgive our debtors.
Forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into
And
temptation,
lead us not into temptation.
but deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom.
and the power,
And the power.
and the glory,
And the glory.
forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. This is the hakak, the power. The prayer for the power. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Bahashem.
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai,
Baba Kashah.
Kushah,
Lathan Lanawa.
Thunlanawa,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Hakak.
Hakak,
La Krawa.
Lara Pa'ah,
Alma Kalmakala.
Kalmaka'ala,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Lataha.
Latahar,
Hamatazarayam.
Hamatazarayim,
Hakak.
Hakak,
La Aquayam.
Laquayim,
Hamathim.
Amarathium,
Al Rakwa.
Arakawa,
Lagarashan. Silakia.
Hadama Lagarashan,
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai,
Tuwad Aman.
the word Amen. Oh, Salaki. In the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh
In
Shai,
the name of Yahweh Shai.
please give us the power,
Please give us the power.
the power to heal
The power to heal.
all manner of sickness
All manner of sickness.
and all manner of disease,
And all manner of disease.
the power to cleanse the lepers,
The power to cleanse the lepers.
the power to raise the dead,
The power to raise the
the
dead.
power against unclean spirits,
The power against unclean spirits.
to cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai,
name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you, so be it.
Thank you. So be it. This is the prayer to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Barak Lenawa.
Barak Lanawa,
Wayah Sha'ala.
Waya Sharala,
Wayah Bayath.
Waya Bayath,
Separium.
Saparium,
Barak.
Barak,
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Tuwad Aman.
the word Amen. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us in Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, and protect. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it.
This is the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh,
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wa Mayaka'ala.
Wa Mayaka'ala,
Wa Ilahayim.
Wa La Alahayim,
Utazabaya.
Matazabaya,
Alawap Yahanna.
Alawap Yahanna,
Halawapyam.
Ha'alawapim,
Hasaranyam.
Hasaranyam,
Hakwatazayanyam.
Hakwatazayanyam,
Hakayayanyam.
Haka'ayayam,
Salakia. Hakaya Layam.
Haka'ayayam,
Wa Haakwathyam.
Wa Akwafiyam,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Tuwad Aman.
the word Amen. In the English, bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shai,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Michael,
And Michael.
and the angels,
And the angels.
commanding General YAHANNA,
Commanding General
the
YAHANNA.
generals,
The generals.
the captains,
The captains.
the officers,
The officers.
the troopers,
The troopers.
and the sisters,
And the sisters.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 121. All right. Aisha.
Aisha,
Ayanya.
Ayanya,
Al-Yahariam.
Al-Hariam,
Mahayan.
Mahayan,
Raba'ah.
Raba'ah,
Aitazaria.
Azariah,
Izaria.
Azariah,
Ma'aim.
Ma'aim,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Shemayim.
Shemayim,
Warataza.
Ratazah,
Al-Yatan.
Al-Yatan,
Lamawat.
Lamawat,
Regalka.
Galka,
Ayadanwam.
Al-Yanawam,
Shamarka.
Marka,
Hana.
Hana,
La'a.
La'ah,
Yanawam.
Yanawam,
Wala'a.
Wala'ah,
Yayashan.
Yayashan,
Sharamar.
Shawamar,
Yashar Allah.
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Shamarka.
Shamarka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Tazalka.
Tazalka,
Al-Yamyaka.
Al-Yad Yamka,
Hashamash. Salaki.
Hashamash,
La'a.
La'ah,
Yararak.
Wayarak,
Wayarak. Salaki. Bayala.
Balaya,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Shamarka.
Yashamarka,
Makarai.
Makalrai,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Atnapashka.
Atnapashka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Tazahatka.
Tazaf,
Wabahatka.
Rabawak,
Maya
Mata,
Salakia. Taza. Salakia. Taza Thaka. Taza Thaka.
Tazafaka,
Bawa Aka. Salakia.
Wa'aka,
Ma'aitha.
Ma'aita,
Wa'aid. Iwalam.
Wa'aid Awalam.
Salak.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills.
unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
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 The Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
He shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam, Al-Dayal Malaka,
Al-Damaya, Laka,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Takarash,
Wal-Atashakwat,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al
Al,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Iwayabyaka,
Ayawabyaka,
Yawam, Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Ibaka,
Al-Amaka,
Yarayamwa,
Yarayamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Wayaitazawa,
Waitazawa,
Aitazawamyaka,
Aitazawa Panyaka,
Armarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakadam,
Wanakakyadam,
Magagawa,
Magagwa,
Wala
Wala
Yashak Sham Yashala Salakia,
Sham Yashala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Naya Aitazawa,
Na Aitazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Alaka,
Ayaka,
Barayath,
Baryath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashama,
Wayashamai,
Al Yawam.
Allah Yam.
Hold on a second. Let me put this in my pocket. Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Salakia. Wahagariam.
Wahagariam.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Malak.
Wa'aimalak.
Palashath.
Palashath. That's perfect.
Salakia. Shabia.
I'm Yashabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zara'ai.
Zara'ai.
Salakia. Laban.
Laban.
Ya Lawat.
Ya Lawat.
Selah.
Selah.
Salakia. Aisha Laham.
Aisha Laham.
Kamadian.
Kamadian.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Salakia. Hayawa.
Hayawan.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Salakia. Hayawa.
Hayawa.
That's what you got? Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman. La'adama. Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Yabmawa.
Yabmawa.
Ka'irab.
Ka'ira.
Kazaba.
Wakazaba.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak.
Wakatazal.
Wakatazal.
Manai.
Manai.
Kal Nasa Kamawa.
Kal Nasa Kamawa.
Salaki. Killing me. Ashar.
Ashar.
Amara.
Amara.
Nayarasha.
Nayarasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ath.
Ath.
Na'awath.
Na'awath.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Kagalgala.
Kagalgala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Salakia. Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Wa'ash. Waraka. Salakia. Lapanya Rarakwa.
Lapanya Rawakwa.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Thaba'ira Ya'ira.
Thaba'ira Ya'ira.
Wakal Salaki. Wakal Lahaba.
Wakal Lahaba.
Thalahat.
Talahat.
Harayam.
Harayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tharada Pama.
Tharadapama.
Basa'iraka.
Basa'iraka.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapathka.
Wapathka.
Perfect. Thabaha.
Thabaha.
Lam.
Lam.
Thabahalam.
Thabahalam.
Thabaha.
Thabaha.
Thabahalam.
Thabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panya Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kualawam,
Kualawan,
Kualawan, Salakia,
Kualawan,
Wayaba,
Wayaba,
Kushawa,
Kushawa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bashwa,
Salakia, Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Most High Christ, what? Wayabath,
Waya, Ba,
Lawa,
Alawa,
Idiad,
Adyai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kaparawa,
Waya,
Waya,
Abdwa,
Abdwa,
Abdwa, Waya,
Waya,
the Iowa,
the Iowa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Amath,
Atha,
so like Kaya Atha,
Kaya Atha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Ayawam,
Ayawan,
Salakia. Ka ha Atazurayam.
Akaha Arataza.
Salakia. Salakia, brother.
In the English, Psalms 83.
Good night.
Keep not thou silence,
Keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies
thy enemies
make a tumult,
make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the heads.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said, Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more
may be no more
in remembrance.
in remembrance.
For they have consulted
They have consulted
together with one consent.
together with one consent. Salakia.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
at the Sisera,
as to Jabin,
at Jabin,
at the brook of Kaisan,
at the brook of Kashan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make the nobles like Oreb,
and like Zeeb.
like Zeeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zebah
all the princes as Zebah,
and as Zalmunna,
as Zamuna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
Oh,
Oh,
my power,
my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the
as
wind,
the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame
As a-
setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame set of the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and
with
make
thy
them,
storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy
O
name.
Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded,
let them be
in
confounded
trouble forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to
and
shame
cherish,
and perish,
and perish. That men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
at the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth. These are the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
We got it.
Come.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all,
And all.
things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
listen to us
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses
Send evils and
and
curses
punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathens
to the heathen
that speak against us,
that speak against us,
thy prophets,
the
teachers,
teachers,
princes,
the princes,
the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school, send evils and curses, and punishment, and destruction, to the heathen, and shake loose, the treasures of the rich of Israel, that refuse, to give to the school, force their riches, to enter into thy sanctuary, send evils and curses, and punishment, and destruction, to the Edomites, and the nations, and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet. Salakia. Open up the internet. And the airways. The cable access channels. And the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth, and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahawashi, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers, and punish all the heathens that come up against us, as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread throughout the media, through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you always. So be it. To Brother Israel, Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Barakatam, to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemalatan Bashim Yahushai, to all the sisters, Shalom.